So yeah, if you just hopped on, please drop a comment below. Let me know you hopped on. If you hopped on, please drop a comment. Let me know you hopped on. Okay, I see you, Antoine. I see you. Great stuff, great stuff. Good to hear that, brother. Let's get it. Absolutely. If you hopping on, please drop a comment below. Let me know you tuned in. Welcome, Tanya. Welcome. Hello to you. Yeah, so pretty much on this live stream today, I'm actually going to share the key component to 8 times your return on investment when it comes to Facebook and Instagram ads on this particular live stream. If you're ready to receive this value, then definitely drop Facebook ads in the comment section. Drop Facebook ads in the comment section. Welcome, Dorothy. I'm ready, Facebook ads. Awesome stuff. I'm actually going to share with you all some actual proof of this actually working on this particular live stream today as well. We're reporting live from the Rising 1% headquarters. Appreciate the love, by the way. Appreciate the love for you all hopping on. Appreciate the love. I always appreciate the love. Absolutely. So yeah, like I say, today I'm actually going to share on this live stream the key component to 8xing your return on investment with Facebook and Instagram advertisement. I'm actually going to share a couple of examples that coincide with this key component and even some proof of it actually working. So the key component to actually really ramping up your Facebook and Instagram advertisement, as I look at a lot of ads on a day-to-day basis, and I work with several clients as well in terms of their advertisement campaigns. And the ones that I've seen that's been the most successful, even with our own ad campaigns, and I'm also going to actually share with you all today one of our ad campaigns of me using this key component in our own ads. And I'm also going to talk to you all about a client of ours that I recently actually was on a call with as well, with assisting them with putting this key component into their advertisement. So the key component to actually really 8xing your return on investment with Facebook and Instagram is demonstrating versus telling. So you're going to write that down. It's demonstrating versus telling in your advertisement. So a lot of people in their advertisements, they're telling people how great they are, or they're talking about how great their company is, or they're talking about all these credentials their business may have and things of that nature. And in today's time, in terms of social media advertisement, with so much noise on the internet, with people getting on the internet looking at the newborn baby, looking at who just got married, looking at the graduation pics, getting distracted by politics and funny videos and things of that nature, you basically have to have advertisement that provide a ton of value, that disrupt your audience in terms of entertainment and demonstration. And those are the key components. So it's basically demonstrating versus telling. And I'm actually going to give you all a couple of examples of what I mean by this. So pretty much, we actually recently was on a call with a guy who actually has a real estate coaching business, right? So he actually has been fortunate enough to sell like 3,500 homes in his time of doing real estate, right? And so now he's actually developed his own coaching program where he's teaching realtors who may be stuck. And what I mean by stuck, they may be selling like 20 to 25 homes a year and they want to scale up, but they don't know how to break through. He's teaching them how to do that. He's teaching them how to generate more leads. He's teaching them how to attract more buyers for their different properties. And we actually took a look at his ad in terms of the ad he's running to get coaching students. And in his ad, all it simply was about, it was about him, right? It was about him. It was about his coaching program. It was about all his credentials, how many years he's been doing this, all that type of stuff. And so what we told him to do, and this is what you all want to do anytime you're finna run any type of advertisement online, is first of all, you want to start off by identifying your pains, problems, and frustrations of your particular market that you're looking to target. And you want to be able to talk about those pains, problems, and frustrations in the way of you actually talking as you're speaking like a fifth grader, right? So that's the first thing you want to do, okay? You want to write that down if you haven't. All right, you want to actually identify the pains, problems, and frustrations of your market. You want to talk about those pains, problems, and frustrations just as if you was talking like a fifth grader, right? If you were speaking to a fifth grader. And not only that, you want to talk in a conversational tone like you're talking to your friend. So not using all these big words and not necessarily presenting your advertisement like an infomercial or a commercial. You want it to just seem like you just talking to a friend. We call that native advertisement, when your ads don't look or even sound like ads. Okay, those are called native advertisements. Right? So we actually asked him what were some of the pains, problems, and frustrations of his market, and could he explain it in the terms of talking to a fifth grader? He said, well, a lot of realtors, a lot of their pains, problems, and frustrations when it comes to like generating leads and selling more homes is pretty much they're constantly having to grind in their business, right? So they don't have time to spend with their kids, or they don't really have time to really take vacations, or even if they are spending time with their kids, they're not necessarily present with their kids because they're constantly on their phone having to answer text messages, right? Or answer calls. Or the same thing when they go on vacation. They're not really present on their vacations. They're actually still at work because they're having to still basically generate leads for their real estate business, or like I say, respond to different inquiries and things of that nature in terms of people inquiring about their business. So they're not never present. And they're always hustling and grinding and bustling, attempting to try to sell a property. So what we told him was, and I'm just going to give you all an example, instead of having an ad talking about how great you are and all the years of experience you have and how many homes you sold and talking so much about your coaching company and how great you all are, why not start the ad off by hitting on those particular pains, problems, and frustrations? In terms of being a realtor, but not really being able to enjoy your life or really wanting to get your life back. You know, when you're with your family, you're steady on your phone having to respond to text messages or whatever the case may be. Or when you're sitting with your family, you're constantly having to reach out for new business because you don't have the proper systems and mechanisms in place to consistently generate leads through automation online. Why not start off the ad talking about that and even showing it in the actual video ad? Right? So he said that he actually has a family. So with that being said, we was like, why not actually in your ad create a video where you have your phone out, you're sitting in front of your children, and while your children are trying to talk to you, you're constantly having to respond to text messages coming in, right? Or you're constantly having to attempt to reach out to new business because you got to continue to make money to basically take care of your family. Why not show that in the advertisement? if that makes sense, right? Versus just talking about how great you are and how many years you've been doing this, how many homes you sold, how great your company is, right? Because in reality, most people don't really care about all that type of stuff because a lot of that stuff is about you. They really care about how you can serve them, if that makes sense. So that's pretty much one of the examples that I want to give you all. No problem, Dorothy. No problem at all. All right, no problem at all. So that's what I mean by demonstration versus telling. Okay? And he's actually spent around about $300 in ads. He's selling a $1,200 coaching program, and he's not booked any calls as of yet. Our goal is to get him down to booking calls for at least $25 a call, closing at least 1 out of every 4 phone calls that comes in, which basically means he'll be landing clients for $100. Okay? So imagine landing a client for $100 and you're selling your service or your product for $1,200. Look at the return on investment and the profit for that. Right? So that's primarily what we was looking to do. And we know we'll be able to help them get those type of results just by making those little changes. So another example I want to show you all real quick. Right? Another example I want to show you all real quick. If you all can see my screen here, okay? This is actually one of our actual ads right here that did real well. All right, if you can see my screen here. Okay, this is actually one of our advertisements that did real well. We actually ran this ad last week for a webinar that we did. Okay, and what I want to show you all very quickly in this ad, all right, I'm gonna break this down for you all. So I actually wrote this ad. Okay, this is ad copy. If you all don't know what ad copy is, it's basically the words in your ad, right? That's what it is. Okay, the post text of your ad. So as you all can see here, I put, hey there, business owner. In this video, you see that there's not many people swimming in the pool. So as I scroll down here, right, you all will see I'm in the pool, okay, in the ad, right? I'm in the pool. And it's not very many people in the pool, as you all can see. All right, so this is demonstration once again. Now, here's the crazy thing about this. I didn't plan to do this ad. Like, this just came out of nowhere. All right, but as you all can see, you have to be creative. Like, I was in the pool, so I just decided to come up with an idea and concept in terms of explaining how most business owners are suffering in terms of customer and client acquisition. And I want to relate it to many people not being in this pool. So as you can see here, like I say, it says, hey there, business owners. In this video, you can see there's not many people swimming in the pool, and you all see I have an emoji there. Emojis actually evoke emotion. All right, so that's a lot of times why we use that, right, that emoji. Then I say the sad reality is most business owners are suffering from the same kind of thing with generating a consistent flow of customers, clients coming into their store online or offline daily. Another emoji, right? Sad face. So you all can see how I just related not many people being in the pool to many business owners. Their business is looking the same way. Not many people coming into their stores online and offline because they're suffering from not having the right marketing. So what I did here, as you can see, I say a lot of business owners believe using a lot of the methods that I would call pretty archaic are still very effective today, such as billboard, radio, or TV. Right? So what I'm doing here, you all, is I'm breaking down their false beliefs, right? That they believe that billboard, radio, and TV is very effective still to this day and is not as effective as social, right? And we all know that. And if you all don't know that, that means you have not been running ads on Facebook and Instagram, and you have not seen the targeting mechanism in terms of running ads on social. How much more targeted your traffic can be, via the Facebook and Instagram platform. And not only that, as well, is the data that Facebook and Instagram actually carries on people. okay, in terms of your targeting as well. So that's even crazy. All right, so I say a lot of business owners believe using a lot of these methods that I would call pretty, okay, so I already talked about that. So I said, question, when was the last time you called in them on a billboard? When was the last time you responded to an ad on radio or TV? So I'm asking questions, right? I'm pretty sure not at all. And when it comes to social media, most business owners think just posting all day on their timeline about their products and services, posting in Facebook groups, spamming inboxes, buying IG follows, etc., will cut it. All right, so pretty much right here, you all, I'm gonna stop right there for a second. Okay, you all can see what am I doing, right? I know a lot of business owners, and some of you all may be doing this on a day-to-day basis. I know a lot of business owners, this is what they're doing on a day-to-day basis. How do I know that? Because I've talked to a lot of business owners. So that's another thing, like you actually have to know your market. A way to get to know your market is when you're doing phone calls with potential customers and clients for your calls. You can record those calls, or you can write down notes from those calls, and that's how you pretty much can write your ad copy, right? Your post text for your particular ads. So that's how I gather that information. I know that's the pains, problems, and frustrations of the particular market that we were marketing to with this particular ad. And so I'm hitting on those, right? I'm evoking pain. So that's pretty much what we're doing there. All right, so anyway, getting back to the ad real quick. All right, so what I say here is I say the reality is no, it won't when it comes to all those things. So when it comes to getting into the top 1% of business owners in today's time, you need the right branding, systems, process to generate consistent number of customers, clients with predictability. All right, so with that being said, pretty much I give them the solution, and then I go into my call to action, which is inviting them onto a webinar, and pretty much I tell them what all is going to be covered in the webinar. As you all can see, I have 3 links there, call to actions in this particular ad. All right, 3 links for call to actions. I also tell them feel free to share it with anyone they could benefit. And then, of course, we always have to create scarcity at the end. As you can all see, 100 seats, right? So you need to register ASAP. I see so many people online when it comes to their marketing begging people to hop on webinars, or begging people to test out their products or services, or if they have a business opportunity, begging people to join their business. That's not what we do over here, right? We don't do that. So with that being said, using scarcity definitely helps with like moving people very quickly, right? But anyway, like I said, that's the ad as you all can see. It's not some boring ad, you know, with me sitting in the office or anything like that. Like I'm sitting here in the business center right now. You all can see I'm in a pool. And a lot of our ads are like that. It's really us out and about a lot of times in our ads. It's not us just sitting in the office and just being extremely professional and looking like an infomercial or a commercial. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with professionalism, but it's not very stuck up, I should say, or bougie in our ads. It's kind of like, be yourself, be authentic, if that makes sense. And that's pretty much what I mean by creating native ads. All right, that's what I mean by creating native ads, right? And I appreciate the love. So pretty much, we ran these ads here. We tested out these ads, and we tested out even some more ads within like a week and a half. And as you all can see, that was one sale came in, that was for $1,000. One sale. This was actually a $2,000 sale right here, because this is for marketing for a couple of months, $1,000 a month. So that was $2,000. And then we had another one come in like right there, a little 500. What is that? Like a little $500 sale there. Okay, and pretty much. And that $500 sale, by the way, is a $500 a month sale over, and we only ran these ads for like 4 or 5 days. That $500 sale was actually for 3 months, so that's $1,500 plus the $1,000 for 2 months, right? So that's $2,000 plus $1,500, that's $3,500. We invested $422 in ads, and we only ran those for like 4 or 5 days. Is that an 8 times ROI? Yes, it is. But anyway, how many of you all got some value out of that? Drop a comment below if you got some value out of that. Show some love. You got some value out of it. If you got any questions too, feel free to ask questions. If you got any questions, feel free to ask questions. But we ran those ads, and we ran some other variations of ads as well within like a 4 to 5 day period. Brought in a couple of sales, monthly contracts, in terms of some agency work and stuff like that, doing marketing for businesses. And we didn't invest anything but $422. We made back $3,500. That's the cash we collected up front. Then, of course, the rest comes over the months of us working with those particular business owners. No problem, no problem. No problem at all. So basically, the biggest takeaway you all should get from this is demonstration versus telling, right, in your ads. That's pretty much what you should get from this. Like, demonstrate in your ads versus just telling. That's when it comes to writing your ads to even the videos of your ads. And video is converting way higher now with Facebook and Instagram advertisement over just images, right? So with that being said, that's why we primarily mostly use all video for our ads. We throw images in here and there, but we're mostly using video. We're mostly using video. So you all want to write this down. You want to educate, entertain, execute in your ads, right? Educate meaning provide value in your ads in terms of you writing your ads to even your videos for your ads, or if you decide to use image. And then you want to entertain, demonstrate as well in terms of how your product or service really can help people, or be able to share the experiences through writing your ads or even in your videos of your product or service, or also even be able to show proof of concept of your product or service working in you writing your ads to even your videos of your ads, right? Proof of concept. That can be like success stories, testimonies, etc. All that helps with actually like lowering your ad costs, generating more leads, making more customers and clients, and lowering your customer and client acquisition costs as well via Facebook and Instagram. So I hope that helps. Thank you, Terry. Thank you. My boy Rick said he got value as well. Awesome, awesome. Do y'all have any questions for me? And I appreciate everybody that showed love. Feel free to share this live stream around with anyone else you feel could benefit. Yeah, if you got anyone else you feel this could benefit for, feel free to share this around. But I think the biggest thing that people need to keep in mind in regards to the advertisement right now online is being creative. Right? It's like being more creative. Those like talking head videos where you just stand there and introduce yourself and, like I say, talk about how good your company is, your products and services are, how long you've been in business, all that type of stuff, those days are over. You gotta like come more in with basically, like I say, addressing the pains, problems, and frustrations of your market in a way that a fifth grader can understand it. Talk a little bit about the solution in a way that a fifth grader can understand it. Demonstrate how your product or service can help. Show some proof of concept if you can, right? And then give a call to action. And thank you for the love. Miss May Woods, what's good with you? Appreciate the love, appreciate the love. That's what you want to do in your ads. And that right there, like I say, will lower your cost per lead. It'll lower your cost per customer and client acquisition. And you'll make way more back. So for every dollar we put into that campaign I just showed you all, we made $8 back. Imagine doing that. How many of you all advertise a whole lot more if you knew for every dollar you put into your ads, you was getting 8 back? This is helpful. Thanks. No problem. Now, another thing I do want to share with you all in closing real quick is we dive in a lot of times spending a great amount of money up front in our ads. So we don't really like creep with our ad spend. Or what I mean by that is we don't start off with the smaller budgets. We like to dive in $25 a day, $50 a day, right? Sometimes we've even dove in with $100 a day in ad spend because we like to get traffic fast. We like to generate leads fast. We like to collect data fast, right? So the more money you spend and the faster you can invest, the quicker you get traffic, the quicker you generate leads, and the quicker you get data to know if the ads are working or not, to know if you need to tweak them, or if they are working, you can scale them. So we start off maybe $25 a day, sometimes $50 a day, and sometimes we even start off $100 a day, it just depends. And we let them run for 72 hours and we don't touch them. We don't touch the ad campaigns for 72 hours. We may look at the data, right? We're looking at, okay, is it getting reach? Is it getting impressions, right? Is it getting clicks? How much are we paying per click, right? Is it generating leads? How much are we paying per lead? We look at the click-through rates, okay, in terms of people clicking from the ad over to the landing page. What is that percentage? All right, and we typically like that percentage to be over 50% or higher, 0.50% or higher, right? That's typically what we like it to be. And then we look at the relevance score after a few days of it ad running as well, and we like the relevance score to be anywhere between 7 and 10. And pretty much what the relevance score determines is it's basically showing you how relevant your ad is to the audience that you're marketing to based off the actions that they're taking. And so you want that relevance score to be anywhere between 7 and 10. That's what we look at. We don't look at anything else with our particular business model. Now, if you had an e-commerce business or something like that, you would be looking at website purchase costs, all that type of stuff. But we don't work with really a lot of e-commerce businesses. We work mostly with service providers and stuff like that. So that's typically like the metrics that we're looking at. This is helpful. Thanks. No problem at all. No problem at all. Because a lot of people will run ads for like 6 or 7 days 6 or 7 hours, all right, and cut them off. And they're not really giving Facebook and Instagram enough time to optimize. And what I mean by that is what Facebook does when you set your targeting up of the particular audience size that you're looking to target, what they do is typically what happens is they're going to run your ad, and as people start to click your ad and people start to opt into your landing page for whatever your offer is, Facebook is going to start to show your ads to more of those type of people. But sometimes it takes 2 or 3 days for them to gather enough data and for you to let the platform work for it to optimize to be able to show the ads to more of those people. That's why you have to let them run for 72 hours without touching them. And you're only one ad away from changing your life. You get one ad campaign that can consistently bring you new leads every day, consistently bring you new customers and clients either daily or weekly for your business. Now you know, okay, all I have to do is spend X amount of dollars to generate X amount of leads every day, to generate X amount of customers and clients every single day or even week for my business. And you can run that campaign for years, right? There's some advertisers that have ran ad campaigns for years that have consistently brought them revenue, right? Just by getting one real solid performing ad, okay? But you always have to be like testing, experimenting, tweaking different variations until you find that ad. And then when you find it, you scale it and you continue to run that ad. As long as it's generating you leads, customers, and clients, keep running it until it starts to suffer ad fatigue, and then you have to change the ad. So I hope that helped. So I have a link up in the description as well. It's actually a link to a case study for any of you all that have never checked it out. It's actually a link sharing how we brought one of our clients $5,000 in a month running Facebook ads. I actually share the actual landing pages that we use, the ads we use. I share the results. And I even throw in a couple of other bonus case studies of some business owners that we worked as well, and was able to get them like crazy return on investment, via Facebook ads. The case study link is actually up in the description. Just click the link, geraldbass.com/getmoresales. Put your name and email in the form. It's a free case study. And just take a look at it. And if it's something you like, and you believe this is something you want to put into your particular business model, just click the button below that particular video that you watch and schedule a call and fill out the survey to speak to me. I mean, if you're looking to automate your own marketing online, looking to make more money and stuff like that, stop chasing behind people in terms of prospects for your business, constantly having to grind in your business to get new business. So when you're not working your business, you have nobody looking at your products and services. If you're sick and tired of that, take a look at the case study up top. And then after looking at the video, make sure that you schedule a call and fill out the short survey. All right? So if any of y'all got value, please, like I say, hit hard on this if you're watching, or like on this, whatever your feelings may be. If you're watching the replay, same thing. Drop a comment below if you got any questions. And like I say, share this around with anyone else you feel could benefit. I appreciate you all hopping on. This is Gerald Bass, creator and founder of the Rise of the 1%. You all have a phenomenal day on purpose.